This is absolutely crazy in a good way for all crypto holders. You need to give me a few minutes because this is insanity in a good way. This is one of those things. So just saw this and I'm like, I have to do a video on this. MicroStrategy's Saylor predicts Bitcoin market cap explosion going to $280 trillion. Now, to give you some perspective, Bitcoin's market cap right now, and that's how big, its total market capitalization is about 1,300 billion. So can you see a day for where that goes from really 1 trillion to 280 trillion, where Bitcoin could be priced at $14 million per Bitcoin. And today it's trading at $68,000. So I would say that's a pretty darn good deal. Now, the question is this real? By when? Look, here's the thing. I always kind of take these things with a grain of salt and I go, okay, what if Bitcoin goes to $1 million per Bitcoin, right? And by the way, this applies to you even if you don't own Bitcoin. If you own other crypto assets, if you like Ethereum and Cardano and Polkadot and meme coins, whatever, it still is good news, right? Because if Bitcoin goes to $1 million, 500,000, $1 million, $14 million, we all win, okay? So that's what I think is so amazing about what Michael Saylor is coming out and talking about here. Now, he was at Bitcoin Nashville and gave a keynote address, gave a speech, and that's where he was talking about this, okay? And so again, this is crazy. So he's saying that we could achieve that $280 trillion market cap by 2045, okay? Which, yeah, makes sense, right? And we've heard also from other very strong, even traditional finance advocates, Kathy Wood at ARK Invest, talking about maybe Bitcoin going to $1 million per Bitcoin by 2030. Again, amen, right? I own Bitcoin. I love this. I continue to buy Bitcoin as we roll along because to me, it's an asset that's going to appreciate again over time. Okay. So Michael Saylor's talking about how the fact that Bitcoin could eventually, right here in the orange, surpass traditional assets like art and gold. Yeah, I think that's possible because he's talking about the fact that a lot of these assets are imperfect, right? And he was talking about how Bitcoin is effectively one of a perfect asset, a perfect thing to own. Sorry about that. Wife's got an alarm going off. Okay. And I didn't know this. I knew that Michael owned a lot, but he personally in the green right here owns over 1 billion in Bitcoin. That's just his personal investment in it. While MicroStrategy owns 15.3. Okay. Here's where here's what it talks about, like right there. So Bitcoin could reach $13 million per Bitcoin, and that would represent a market cap of 280 trillion. Do you think this is possible? Drop in the comments below. Would love to hear from you and kind of get your take on what you think. Do you think this is something that is real? I personally think it is. I mean, we're talking about 2045, and we're talking about how Bitcoin continues the propagation into mainstream investing. And he was also talking about this. Look, today there's only, I think he mentioned it earlier, he's only 0.1% of the global wealth is in Bitcoin. And if we reached a market cap of 280 trillion, 13 million per Bitcoin, that would represent a 7% of global wealth being invested in Bitcoin. And that would be an annual return of 29%. Crazy. Okay. So then he goes on to talk about the fact that, and I think this is real, right? Additionally, Saylor proposed that the U.S. government should secure it in the red right there, most of the world's Bitcoin, arguing that it would strengthen the dollar. Now, there's been multiple people come out and talk about this. In fact, even Trump's talked about this. There's been other advocates talk about it. But I think that Michael Saylor is one of the leading proponents for Bitcoin. I think this is something that needs to continue to flow into the spotlight and the narrative around crypto. And the highlighted in red here, the fact that, Bitcoin could be that key component to strengthen the US dollar against other global currencies. All right. So that's all I got for you in this video. As always, thanks for giving me a few minutes of your time. I appreciate you. Have a good one and go make some money, and we'll see you later. Take care. Bye.